Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Holoyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakak Dash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwathas keeping the faith and the work. Shall keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We've been paying attention to this devil, man, and the Most High been revealing a lot of things. And one of those things that he's been revealing to us is the desires of this devil and the future that he wants, this dystopian future, or this dystopian future that he wants for society, right? A future of control, a future of constant monitoring, and basically a future of never-ending servitude without question. As of late, we've been paying attention to China and Russia and America and Iran and so forth and so on. But this particular device or plan or plot that will be spoken of in this video is called the social credit system. Right? It's basically a system that's been implemented that monitors everything, and it gives you a score, just like a regular, credit score, but it's not based off of how you pay your bills. Are they, paid on time? Or are they late? It really ain't got nothing to do with bills in itself, but it has everything to do with is an individual going against the grain or with the grain as it pertains to how society wants you to be, and that society being upheld and ordered by the government of the devil. Right? Now, it's a portion of society that's already operating like that to an extent, and it's China. China has a social credit system, right? And now it seems as though America is adapting those same ideals, but they're starting it through the business aspect rather than the people. As it pertains to you being scored off of your political views and basically your views, period, on the I'm trying to think of the words of the ideals of society, right? Let me see. I'm gonna go to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 32, and verse 5. It says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right." Right? So it's society is already there for real, for real. If you say certain things on social media and it goes against what society deems is right, then you have a chance of being barred or banned from social media for however amount of time, whether it be for a couple of weeks or permanent, right? As I stated before, the Constitution is being done away with right before your eyes, but you can't see it because they not outright saying that, but you are seeing instances of it, and this is one. You can't really speak your mind without consequences. right? And even when you speaking right, if society says it's wrong, then according to society, you're wrong, right? But let me go to same book, Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. As an example of the society that we live in. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. I bring this script out all the time because it's so relevant, right? And like I said earlier, man, this is the future of this place, where you have a society where no one speaks back. They made a movie about it called 1984, right? In that movie, free thought was banned. You couldn't have your own ideas. If it was found out you had your own ideas, they'll either lock you up or put you to death, right? And you were constantly monitored, right? You were monitored on your TV, whatever device that you had or was around you, you were constantly being monitored. They even had people that were agents that would go back and tell the higher ups what you said to those individuals in private. They would befriend you and, you know, go back and tell the people what you were speaking on. And that's the society that these people want. So with that being said, I'm going to let the video play and I'll be back.
But you may have been hearing the term ESG lately. Last Saturday, Elon Musk tweeted, "I'm increasingly convinced that corporate ESG is the devil incarnate." People who follow the Great Reset and the World Economic Forum, such as Glenn Beck, often warn against it and are even encouraging legislation to stop it from being used. But it isn't just those who are against ESG talking about it. You may have seen it in headlines on Bloomberg, MarketWatch, or Forbes. So what is it? Well, ESG stands for Environment, Social, and Corporate Governance. It's similar to a credit score, except rather than being based around a company's revenue and history of paying back debts, the ESG score is centered around sustainability and ethics. It's currently only given to corporations, but I think it's easy to imagine a future where the score is assigned to individuals as well. Now, the system was set up as a way to let investors, quote-unquote, invest responsibly. Many people pride themselves on buying only sustainable products and purchasing from ethical companies. So an ESG score, which is widely used by many investment and fund management firms, makes it easy to determine which companies these are. Now, you can invest your money and feel good too. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is the system is subjective to whomever decides what ethical is. Though many people believe the ESG score is about climate change and the environment, the truth is the social and governance aspects of the score have just as much weight, sometimes even more, than a company's environmental impact.
All right, so like she said, who is going to be the judge of what's right being said and what's wrong being said? All you got to do is just look at society today and how all of the things that this place used to kind of sort of stand for, and I say kind of sort of because they would push the narrative that they stood for that, but really behind the scenes, they really didn't stand for that for real, right? Who are the individuals that are telling society what to deem right and wrong? And according to scriptures, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They are the people that are telling society what's right and what's wrong. They are the people that's telling so-called blacks, you are not anything other than a so-called black. And you don't come from anywhere but the jungles of Africa. And there are no jungles in Africa. Africa is not that, it's not that type of land, you know what I mean? Jungles are more so like the Americas, like Central America and South America is where the jungles are, and islands and things of such, right? But I digress. But let me not say there aren't any, right? I'm mistaken with that, but there are not a lot of jungles in Africa, right? But these are the same individuals that's telling you what's right and what's wrong, right? So now here we are bringing out the word of the Lord, exposing this devil, and you think they're not going to say that that's wrong? They are already doing it. They already got agents that's telling the people, hey, don't listen to them Hebrew Israelites because the words that they saying are lies. Even though we have no proof that they're lying, but seeing as though the higher ups are telling us that they're lying, they must be lying. And we call those pastors and preachers, right?
So the E obviously stands for environment. That's carbon footprint, pollution, and waste. The S stands for social, which judges things such as how well a company embraces social justice and how diverse a company is. The G stands for governance. Does the company embrace things like a diversity board and who is in charge? Now, those sound nice enough, except this is just a small list of what goes under each category, and the people deciding what is or isn't ethical, like in most Silicon Valley-based companies, are clearly liberal elites. For example, Tesla, a company that makes electric vehicles, has a moderate to moderately poor score. How can this be? Think whatever you want about Elon Musk. There's no doubt his car company has been a game changer for the environment. Yet somehow, out of the 5 U.S.-based automotive companies like Ford, which make gas-guzzling trucks, Tesla's ESG score is the worst. Why is...
So you get what she's saying. Things that are positive for the earth and for society, they score poorly on this rating system. But things that are more profitable for big business, they score better. All right, so we see where it's going, right? So, hold on one sec. All right, so like I stated earlier, China already on this. And a lot of people have no clue or idea that this is going on in a place on the earth. So I'm going to show you a portion of that.
They're constantly monitored by facial recognition cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name. Now the Chinese are also ranked, given a mark out of a possible 950 points. A score in the 700s is considered good. Around the 500 mark is not. For now, the number is a sort of bank credit rating, keeping track of everyone's spending habits.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules. It forces us to be well behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it, and anyway, we don't have a choice.
But in an effort to keep all of its subjects in line, Beijing is taking the system a step further in 2020. It's aggregating data gathered by banks, private companies, and the state to rate if someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible, the so-called big data, the system will play an important role in rebuilding a moral society.
The state will go over every detail of a person's life with a fine-tooth comb. Their financial situation, spending habits, career, even behavior on social media. Criticizing the government online or displaying outward signs of wealth is a no-no. On the other hand, praising the party or giving blood increases your social credit.
So now you have to add this into the equation of America falling behind the rest of the world because they've been in a comfort zone for so long. Right? You see these other superpowers raising up and challenging the daughter of Babylon's authority. The only way that the daughter of Babylon can fight back is to take on some of their ways. For instance, military-wise, right? Russia says that they have missiles that America can't touch. They're called hypersonic missiles, hypersonic ICBMs, right? So how can America get into the ring with Russia? They now have to create their own or some form of it, right? As far as technology goes, China is booming light years ahead of the daughter of Babylon as far as technology goes. So how does the daughter of Babylon get into the ring with China? They mean they have to step their game up with the technology. That's what the whole microchip business is about, right? So we're seeing the daughter of Babylon picking up the ways of surrounding societies, and at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to make that transition, right? Because the time that they had on top, that it was meant for that time. It was not meant to go any further. It was not meant to evolve any further than what the Most High has planned for it, right? But in the meantime, between time, this devil is about to make everyday living in the daughter of Babylon absolute hell, man. Absolute hell. With the MOTB, right, or the RFID microchip, with the constant watching and constant control of every minute thing that you spend on, right? It's about to get bad out here, and it's already started, right? So it's the book of Psalms, chapter 109 and verse 2. It says, "For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue." Right? It's about to be on some, you can't really speak your mind in this place, no matter where you are. It ain't got to be social media, right? It's gonna be wherever you are. Right, and they're gonna say that, he says that, he spoke this evil and he spoke that evil, but really what you're speaking is gonna be righteous, but it's gonna be evil in the eyes of the people that run this place. Once again, Joel 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked hate light. So when you speak light to wickedness, they call it hate. Right, verse 3 in Psalms 109, it says, "They compassed me about also with words of hatred," right? "And found and fought against me without a cause. For my love, they are my adversaries, but I give myself unto prayer." Right? For my love, for our love, we'll be counted adversaries to this place. We already are, but it's going to manifest into a physical thing, because we refuse to bow down to the image of the beast. That's all this is about. They are creating this image, which is this system. And if you bow down to it, you doomed. But the Most High put certain spirits, or the Most High created certain righteous spirits before the world began to be righteous. So there's no way that they could bow down to their image. There's no way that they can take their mark. There's no way that they could worship the beast, because it ain't in them, right? So all I'm seeing when I see stuff like this is persecution, but I'm also seeing the end of the reign of the wicked. All right, so let me see. I'm bring this out and that'll be that. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." That's what we are witnessing. The end of Esau's world and the beginning of the righteous kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so with that, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakak Wadash Shalom Yashala.